So the main thing, I hadn't prepared a speech. I wasn't supposed to be alone on stage. So this is very roughly put together. And you will realize what a genius I am that I can roughly also do such amazing speeches in 2.5 minutes from now. So, like I said, I wasn't supposed to be on stage alone. I was to be sitting next to the living legend of our times, the great Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. A big round of applause for him. He's not here now. And in the various encounters I've had with this tall, baritone voiced gentleman over the years, there is this one lesson I have learned, that being a legend is not being about how good looking you are, the timbre in your voice, or how wonderful you look in a band gala suit. Your height also doesn't matter, which we keep on proving again and again. Your immense and immeasurable talent also does not matter. The legend I have learned from this man is the one who has the ability to stand till the very last. In actuality, yes, in actuality, all else that one equates to a legend or someone that you look up to are just the aspirations and your own expectations from the icon of your choice. In truth, genuinely, a legend is the last man or woman standing. So how do you find the strength to go on for years and years standing under the constant public scrutiny? The spotlight has a shadow, as we all know. And in that shadow, you find the strength to keep standing. In that shadow resides the actual you. And honestly, being able to see the fallibility and the fragility of yourself gives you the strength to keep standing, because it makes you able to accept your ordinariness when everyone else refuses to see it. The spotlight is a small focus space on stage. It isn't the whole of your life. You've got to live your life in that awareness, or your world shrinks and becomes extremely surreal. You have to accept the beauty and the gifts of your life and the privileges that come by being in the spotlight. It is beautiful. It has been extraordinary in many ways for me too. It has filled you with experiences. You have received tremendous love from people. And grace is its one big lesson. Acceptance of this beauty comes with being gracious about it, enabling others to flourish and grow, giving, nurturing the world around you. Keeping the spotlight for yourself and thinking the rest of the world is somehow less deserving than you is extremely foolish. In the new context of social media and the madness that surrounds us now, another new facet has emerged for being in the spotlight. That somehow you have to balance your idea of yourself with the ideas of the world around you about you. The fact that you embody people's ideas and aspirations, and there is a fine line of understanding that while still managing to be you and to express yourself, this is the challenge once you are in the spotlight. To be in the spotlight can also be extremely lonely, painful, and very frightening, because power finally isolates. Things get constructed around it, and very often access gets cut off to you and also your own access to the world outside. Breaking that controlled access is important, because you can't lose touch with the people you work for. I'm not talking about the writers, the directors, the producers, but the actual ones that you work for, the audiences. You have to somehow remain connected with the inner and outer worlds in order to keep reflecting to them their own aspirations and dreams time and again. Actually, it's surprising how little the things people say matter, though they say a lot of stuff on social media. When it comes to success and fame, people will advise you all sorts of things when you aren't doing well. You should look like this, speak like that, do this film, do that film. It's all hogwash. Actually, the simple truth is that at a certain point in life, you catch a public mood and a time, and by a happy accident, you embody it in your work. And it works. Like it may have been from you during the Dil Wale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge phase. At that point, actually, you could look like a tramp or Trump. Okay, that's exaggerating. You can look like... It won't matter. And another time, you miss that moment where the mood of your audience and the hard work just does not come together. It's as simple as that. The point being that all those classes and talks on success that I also give are all actually rubbish. When you're making and selling dreams, you're not actually selling the impossible. You're creating something that allows people to imagine their own possibilities. There's nothing unreal about the Hindi movie. Even when the plots are crazy, there's a subtleness to the stupidity that we sell. It's saying that there can be relief from the everyday struggle. And this is such an important thing to say and to be able to know, because it creates the space for renewal for common people. Also, an ordinary life looks very unglamorous. A star's life looks glamorous, but that glamour is only the top layer. There is such hard work beneath it. A success raises expectations and you need to work harder. A failure breaks your heart because you have let down people and you need to work harder. And in that sense, a movie star's life is evidence of the fact that you can't escape hard work if you want to be successful. Like I started by saying, being in this constant spotlight for years is nothing more than having the ability to be the last man standing. That, and being able to derive from the shadows that surround you in that spotlight an inner strength and some kind of a personal motivation for being able to keep standing day after day, day after day. So when I first came to Mumbai and had this opportunity to do a photograph with Mr. Amitabh Bachchan for a Filmfare magazine cover, I asked him, once we finished the photo shoot, "Sir, aap apne free time mein kya karte hain, sir? What do you do?" And he put on his brooding face, his serious voice. "So how do you keep yourself motivated?" मुझे लगा कुछ बोलेंगे जो मैं सीख लेकर चला जाऊंगा और नेक्स्ट अमिताभ बच्चन बन जाऊंगा। और उन्होंने बड़ी सिंपल सी बात कही, "सर आप क्या करते हैं?" तो सर, शाहरुख मेरे गार्डन में बहुत सारे चूहे हो गए हैं यार, मैं उन्हें पकड़ने की कोशिश करता रहता हूं। अभी 2 दिन पहले ही 2 पकड़े मैंने। And he was so charged and he was so happy. And I immediately started to pray for rats or at least cockroaches in my garden. For being legendary isn't really about great qualities and actions. It's more in the ability to keep standing and catching whatever keeps you in touch with your reality, in your own time, in your own shadows, in your own garden. Thank you.
Shah Rukh, as always, you always rise to the occasion perfectly. Big round of applause. Now, it may seem that 3 of us ladies or journalists are sitting here to give you the third degree, but we're not.
I thought you were my groupies.
I'm what?
You're my groupies.
We are Shah Rukh.
Please, yeah. Is it politically incorrect to say that? No, no.
Are you
Will I get
suggesting
into
you
trouble?
have only 3 groupies?
No, they're not lying anymore. Only India Today groupies are allowed today.
Who wants to be Shah Rukh's groupie? That's it? Shah Rukh? Do you want to ask that question?
No, 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 no. I've already asked. I've got the phone numbers. I don't need to be doing this publicly.
Okay, so we're here because this session is about life lessons under the spotlight, just what you were talking about right now. And 3 of us have 3 different situations and problems, and we're going to role play a bit just to have you play Shah Rukh the doctor, or very much like your role, India's Zindagi, to solve our problems and tell us about the life lessons that you have learned.
And it also helps us feel really rich and really important and really successful just for just a few minutes when we ask you those questions. So please put on your Dr. Jahangir Khan hat and tell me, how do I deal with the kind of adulation that whenever I step out, people just won't let me be. What can I do about it?
See, the first thing, if you're stepping out and people won't let you be and they grab at you and pull you, is you have to smell good. That's important. Brush your teeth, hair should be soft, and you should smell very, very good. Whereas people, yeah, they come with expectations, right? They hug you. And if you smell bad, it'll be like, yeah, oh, no, no. So you got to smell good. That's the secret that you need to follow. So when you become famous and you go out and there's so many people hugging you and, you got just smell good. That's all. Simple.
Isn't it occasionally hazardous because, there are people like throwing themselves on the bonnet of your car? I mean, you're you could like road accident.
Yeah, it's a little scary. Day before yesterday, I think my car traveled over a journalist's foot, and yeah, I mean, we did give the indicator. It's going on your right foot. It's going on your right foot, but they don't. Yeah, so I'm lying. I'm joking. Don't take this seriously and sue me tomorrow morning. But yeah, it is. So all you keep doing, and that's why most of the pictures of yours will come in the car, kind of always growling. So my pictures in my car when I'm coming for a party and I'm really wanting to feel good at that party are always this. Because I'm telling these guys, hato, samne se hato, pair pe jayega, pair pe jayega. It is scary. It is scary. So then you surround yourselves with bodyguards. I really need to say this because I realized, and this is very serious, that I have a lot of ladies who like me and want to smell me. And so I have lady bodyguards now. I do, because it was getting very rude when men were pushing women, and they were trying to protect, and women have lovely long nails, and their love hurts. It does, suddenly you come back, and then you have so much time explaining to your kids, wife, no, this is a fan, And so, but who scratched you on your bum? This is a fan, this was a short fan, small fan, trying to catch me while I was leaving, So I have lady bodyguards now, to look after nail marks.
The only other really famous person who had lady bodyguards.
Who had?
Was Gaddafi.
Really?
He was known for it. He'd got like a posse
In today's time and age, I'm going to feign ignorance. Who is this guy? I don't know him. I don't know about him. I have no idea. And what religion? My God, I don't have no understanding of this. No. I'd heard, I don't know if it was Chanakya or from our own epics. There was a story that lady bodyguards were there for one of the king. I don't know this other guy that you talk about at all. I have no idea, yeah. And I'm sure he wasn't as good looking as me. It was a waste of... I'm cheap like that. Or you can look at it the way and think, no, I'm so respectful that I would never go in that. I would buy her love for love.
So that brings me to my next question.
Oh, you are already in love?
Yeah,
okay,
I
get that. I can make that. Okay.
I am already. Anyway. Doctor, I'm arrogant.
Doctor कितना बुड्ढा बना दिया मुझको.
No, you haven't.
दिल्ली में बड़ा मजा आता था.
Doctor.
I don't know आप में से दिल्ली में कितने लोग हैं. डॉक्टर खेलने में इतना मजा आता है, इतना मजा आ रहा है मुझे.
So people call me arrogant, and I'm unapologetic about the same. But how do I handle perception around me?
So okay, I'll tell you a story. There was a young boy, I've said this story before on public platforms. There was a young boy, and he was standing against a wall, and he wrote on the wall, I am great. Okay? And people were passing by, and they were looking at him and sniggering, because that's kind of arrogant to say yourself, I am great. I don't know who are these people who say that. And this little kid was standing there, and then suddenly he thought of himself, and he said, my sister is much more educated. My brother is doing this wonderful job in this corporate sector and earning $1 million or whatever. And he started feeling that his achievements were even less. So he looked at the wall behind him and he said, I'd like to make it stronger. So he added, I am the greatest. So all the people who actually feel really small about themselves, like I was telling you, the ordinariness that is actually you in your real life, makes you want to behave arrogant and speak as if you're the greatest. Actually, you should love those people for their frailties and love and realize that they're really, really weak, like I am, and that's why I say I'm the greatest. Because if, just before they thwart me and they find out how ungreat I am, might as well say it often enough and, hope that people go by it. So don't worry if you're arrogant. If you're arrogant, actually you're very fragile and, not fully confident about yourself. It's all right. Just build your confidence and you'll stop being less arrogant.
So is that a facade then you put up to hide your fragility or your insecurities, my insecurities?
It is actually. I mean, I think it's a facade for that, plus a bit of sense of humor. It gets mistaken for arrogance sometimes. Like if people tell me you're nice, I say I know it. And if people say, you did this very well, I say, of course I know it. I did it. I know it's very good. I don't mean that. In personal life, actually, I understand that you are very shy, you're very quiet, you're very reticent, you are very unsure of what you do. And that's a nice way to be, because then you'll keep on trying to figure out what you want to be. And if you're going to be an actor, it's a good thing that you try to get so many roles which you can play act to build your confidence. So I feel for you.
Thank you.
I feel for me.
So Shah Rukh, I'm always putting on a role and putting on a facade in front of people because I don't want them to really know the real me. But in this process, I'm not sure I know the real me anymore because I'm always on. What should I do?
Yeah, if you're going to be in this profession, young girl, I'll explain it to you. I wrote it as actually a part of my speech, but then I cut it off because I thought it's too long. There is this being a movie star or becoming a creative person or becoming a celebrity has this strangeness attached to it. It is that you start doing a thing which works in the eyes of people. And sometimes you start loving doing that thing. And then suddenly, the eyes of the people change and go somewhere else. And you were like, what happened to the one that I did which everybody loved so much? So what should I do? Should I stick to it and allow my life to just go to waste at something that's not working? So you shift over. You deconstruct yourself. You actually, in a strange sense, get detached from everything that happens around you. And I think one of the things that you say, is it a facade? Am I always on? Do I really know myself? You don't. You're so detached from what you've done outside. And somewhere down the line, you've played so many roles and so many parts and done so many things to entertain people that sometimes you don't know whether I cry like Devdas or Devdas cries like me. I don't know if I've gone for somebody's funeral, am I play acting those tears or are they actually being felt? Because sometimes when I'm in front of a camera, I cry and it's very heartfelt and I know this one came out right, this one got out right, but I can't tell the difference. The lines blur, There was a time when I knew when they said action, there was a line. Action meant I'm acting. And cameras used to make sound about 3 years ago. They were not electronic cameras. They used to make a big sound. Bzzz. So there was the sound which happens, action. Bzzz. Oh, this is the unreal me. Now it doesn't make no sound, and the line has got very, very blurred. So I don't even know, though they say action. There's no sound. And I don't know what's happening. Is it the real me, or is it the actor me? So you lose that sensibility. After 20, 25 years of working, and I'm very proud to say I've lost that sensibility. So will you when you act as an actress for 25 years.
But is it not frightening to not know who you are fully, that be so detached that you're on, you have these heightened emotions like crying, everything, but you don't know if they're real or not? And does it matter even?
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's no great thing in, this whole spiel of turning around and saying, I know myself. And what comes out of it? What do you know about yourself? And why knowing yourself is more important than knowing others or not knowing others? It's all right. We give such self-import to ourselves. I know me, who I am. I know my mind. I know my heart. I am doing the right thing. We'll convince ourselves of whatever we do as the right thing. All of us will keep on, oh, I did this, is the right thing to do. I went out and voted, is the right thing to do. Smallest of things. Today I really did make my mark on the social media by talking about that incident which happened in that place I can't even pronounce the name of, because it's the right thing to do. So why give yourself so much self-import? If it's all right if you don't know yourself. You're not so important that anyone should know you. You're so unimportant, even if you don't know yourself, it's all right. Life will get you by, you'll be happy, like everybody else. Each one is normal, unique, having a good time. Don't get carried away that I need to know me, and is it scary I don't know me? Maybe it's scarier if you get to know yourself. So please avoid it.
But, then in that case, I also feel like telling people to shut up sometimes, should I?
You can do that, or behave badly at Wankhede Stadium. Either of the two things you can do. I mean, you know, shut up to me is too decent. I should not bring this up. I promised my family I will not talk like this on the stage and get into trouble again. So no, you can say shut up. But sometimes, nowadays, I think it is better not to say shut up on social media, because you get capital letter shut-ups even louder and longer. You know, you say something, quiet please, shut the up. Don't say that. Who do you think you are? Get out of my country. Oh my God, okay, my God, I'm just, I think in today's world, like our parents told us, be gracious, be decent, bow down a little, and when you bow down, right down here, say shut up, and get up again. Yeah, do it like that. I don't think you should say shut up. I'm not going to give you this freedom of speak your mind, talk your mind. This is a different kind of a world. Speak your mind to yourself in your bathroom in the mirror.
But then you haven't really spoken your mind. You've just pretended to. But you know that sometimes you just feel like, you know, just like taking it out and just giving it back to the person. You can afford to. I'm a superstar. I can afford to. What
No,
are gonna
you
do?
can, because you can afford a padded room where the sound doesn't go out. So make yourself a padded room, scream out there, close yourself, come out refreshed and happy, wave to the crowd and say, I'm so happy and I'm such a nice, loving star. Yeah, please don't say shut up. I'm giving you good advice.
But that's being very politically correct. Doesn't that mean that you're also losing a part of yourself?
That means
Shah
I'm
Rukh?
being a liar. You know, I'm lying about everything. I don't know me, my emotions and everything. I'm an actor. I can lie, right?
That's true. And I'm your patient right now. So one question. I'm an old parent, older. I've just had a kid. And I'm just wondering, I've received the adulation, the stardom, the success. But there is a void, there is a fear in me that as I grow even older, I won't have the time that I needed to at that time to spend with my children. How do I deal with that?
Yeah, that's an issue. That thought comes. Last night it was there very strongly in my head. I mean, one way to look at it is keep yourself healthy so you last longer. A six-pack helps. It does, yeah. Play a little of football. I don't know. This is a strange question to me, because the presence of a little child at an age of 50, just before surrogacy got illegal, I'm really sorry, I just want to make that point, it was legal that time, is a good thing. It's a good thing. It makes me come alive. It makes me see innocence. It makes me feel innocence and love in a different way, which perhaps gets a little jaded as you go along. But having said that, will I be there to do the same things I've done with my older kids? Yeah, that's a worry. That keeps you smoking less, drinking less, exercising more.
Have you started smoking less? And don't lie.
This whole interview comes to an end if you say don't lie, okay? I'm your psychiatrist. Allow me to lie, it'll make your life better.
Sure.
But I'm planning to, yeah. I am planning to give up of all the vices that I have and try to be healthier and happier, because it's nice. It's nice to spend time with your child. And I would like to give him at least 20 years, 25 years of my life, because that'll be only fair. I always said this. I think the only thing my parents were very unfair to me was that they died at a very early age, when I was 15 and I was just about. So I hold that against them. I wouldn't like my children to hold that against me, that I wasn't there. So I'd like to be there to embarrass them at parties. I want to be there giving them advice which is completely out of context and irrelevant years later. I want to be finding about their personal lives when they're hating me for doing so. I want to be cumbersome and troublesome to my children. So I'll work towards it. I'll get healthy. I mean, there should be a time when our parents say, "Sabke papa chale gaye, tum bhi jao na yaar." So I'm sorry, I'm going to hang around here. And that's why I'm working with younger girls. That's my excuse.
Oh, that's your secret.
Just to keep up for my child, that's all. I'm not doing it out of any midlife crisis. I'm only doing it so I feel younger, you know, and I get in touch with the younger me, the real younger me, and all, so that I can be with it for my younger kids.
You haven't looked better. We all
Look,
think
now if
so.
I say I know, you'll say I'm arrogant and all, so... Really? Honest, you feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I feel that.
I'm looking good. Thank you so much. My God, I didn't...
Okay, Shah Rukh, I have an audition with Karan Johar. He wants me to perform one of my favorite Shah Rukh pieces, but with 3 different emotions of as if I'm completely in love, I'm extremely angry, and I've just lost a dear one. Could you help me with this, please?
Yeah, you should tell Karan Johar. शाहरुख खान ने खुद कभी 3 इमोशन नहीं दिखाए, मुझसे क्या बोल रहे हो दिखाने के लिए? और शाहरुख खान को छोड़, तूने कौन से 3 इमोशन दिखाए कौन सी पिक्चर में जो मुझे 3 इमोशन? So you should just pass the test. You'll get the job. I'm telling you, you'll get the job. So, so you tell the emotions and I'll try and make you say it like that. पहले तो लाइन याद करूं, कितने साल हो गए यार, कुछ कुछ होता है, कुछ कुछ होता है की थी ना, हम एक बार जीते हैं, हम एक बार मरते हैं, शादी भी एक बार होती है और प्यार तुम नहीं समझोगे अंजलि, कुछ कुछ होता है. Which is the first emotion that you want to practice it? I'm going to make you practice it. So which was the first one you wanted to?
Love.
Love.
Love, love, love.
Love, okay. Come stand then. For love, I have a simple trick. Just have to keep the hands out and all, yeah. Maybe stand in front. Do the Titanic with me. Yeah. One hand. The other hand, keep the mic in front. हम एक बार जीते हैं. I know, if I whisper in your ears, you'll be stupefied. You can't do anything unless I'll stay okay. Say it after me.
Okay.
हम एक बार जीते हैं.
हम एक बार जीते हैं.
हम एक बार मरते हैं.
हम एक बार मरते हैं.
गर्दन मत हिलाओ इतनी चांद.
Sorry.
प्यार में गर्दन नहीं हिलानी होती.
नहीं हिलाऊंगी. ओ फिर हिला दी.
लड़कियों को अच्छा लगता है इंटेंसली उनकी आंखों में आंखें देखो. देखो, just see the difference. Okay, वैसे हम एक बार जीते हैं, हम एक बार मरते हैं, शादी बेकार. Look into the eyes and say हम एक बार जीते हैं.
हम एक बार जीते हैं.
एक बार मरते हैं.
एक बार मरते हैं.
शादी भी एक बार होती है.
शादी भी एक बार होती है.
और प्यार.
और प्यार.
Okay. Heavy breathing while wooing a girl sends the wrong signal. Heavy breathing after having wooed the girl, good signal. So
point to be noted.
हाँ, please keep this. You can't say हम एक बार जीते हैं, एक बार मरते हैं, शादी भी एक बार होती है. No baby, that comes later. Yeah.
Got it, sir.
Okay. कुछ कुछ होता है अंजलि.
कुछ कुछ होता है शाहरुख.
Yeah, okay. Can we have the lights off, please? तुम नहीं समझोगे.
तुम नहीं समझोगे.
Tell me the second emotion you want me to do this in.
Anger. Oh dear.
Anger, okay. बड़ी पैन दी, ਅਸੀਂ एक बार जींदे हाँ. गुस्सा मुझे आता ही नहीं यार.
Come on.
गुस्सा के.
अभी रईस आपने की है.
उसमें गुस्सा कहाँ किया?
But there's a अच्छा हाँ.
I look macho? I look cool? Yeah, okay. हम एक बार जीते हैं, हम एक बार मरते हैं, शादी भी एक बार होती है. तुम नहीं समझोगे अंजलि, कुछ कुछ होता है. Oh, she got turned on. So it works for me. Any emotion I use, girls just like it. Which was the third one?
Loss.
Loss?
Great loss. Sadness. Sadness for a great loss.
डायलॉग चेंज कर लेते हैं, it'll be easier. देवदास का कर लेता हूँ, थोड़ी वैरायटी भी मिलेगी. जब ये YouTube के ऊपर आएगा और लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग होगी, थोड़ी वैरायटी मिलेगी. शाहरुख सेम ही डायलॉग बोला जा रहा है, अच्छा नहीं लगता. थोड़ा सा मैं भी लगूं कि डिफरेंट एक्टिंग कर सकता हूँ. कौन कमबख्त बर्दाश्त करने को पीता है? हम तो पीते हैं कि यहाँ पर बैठ सकें, तुम्हें देख सकें, तुम्हें बर्दाश्त कर सकें. पर एक पारों की याद है जो भुलाए भूली नहीं जाती. तुम नहीं समझोगी अंजलि, कुछ कुछ होता है.
So we are back there. He's back to wooing.
बहुत मेहनत कराई तूने मुझसे आज. हाँ, too much hard work.
Okay, so basically, like I have a lot of journalists calling me up all the time, and it's very often that they print things which are not true. But if I refute it, it's taken as an acknowledgement that it was correct. How do I deal with this? Like, I'm just hounded by tabloids, and it's a catch-22 for me. Either way, I lose.
I think the good part about social media now is that you can put your point across. The bad point about it is that a lot of other people can also put their point across. So it's I don't know, it's a strange kind of a situation. I have reached, so maybe I'll tell you to follow this. We'll keep playing role playing, no? So I have to keep acting as my, okay.
No, you can be Shah Rukh,
okay,
it's
so
fine.
no, this is confusing, but I'll get it. I can do difficult roles also. It may not seem so, but I really think that I have started, I was just telling my friend Kaveri, we met after a long time. Thank you for having me over here, Kaveri. Thank you so much. Love you. And I was just telling her that now I don't react to it. If you, like you say, if you react to it, it's a kind of an acknowledgement. And I do find really good thinking people, smart people, intelligent people, really going out there and kind of making I think they're making a fool of themselves by refuting. I didn't say so. Read line number that, para number 2, don't have to refute people. You can't spend your life explaining what you feel and mean to people who are doing it as a job, and maybe it's not doing it out of any malice. They really felt that, you know, this is what I felt about Shah Rukh and I should write it. And it's okay, it's an opinion. It's, sorry, is it okay to say? I mean, this is a very old saying, but opinions are like that little hole in the backside of your bum, and everybody has it. So you just got to ignore it. I think you really need to learn in this over-informative age to ignore a lot of the things that are being said about you. Because like I said, honestly and very seriously, I think you have to finally take it just as an opinion, and God bless you. This is your opinion. This is your opinion. I'm not changing yours. I'm not even changing your opinion about me. I have enough platforms now, you will, to just tell you what I am like, who I am. Otherwise, you spend most of your time. I notice, you know, some of those very senior journalists from your group. I didn't say that. Don't tell me that. I am going to. Whole day they're retweeting and they're tweeting again and they're retweeting, and then somebody praises them and they retweet that and say, oh, that's you, so I'm good. You don't need this kind of a pat on the back from nameless, faceless people or even journalists in today's time and age, because with all due respect, I think because this has sprouted so fast, a lot of people haven't even come to terms with the actualities of being a journalist. Just like even acting, I'm not only deriding this, that, you know, it's just sprouting so fast right now. Everybody's writing and everybody's believing. I think, having said that, because we are in the midst of journalists, I think it's not about the information and how fast it comes out. I would rather that most of the people who write can analyze it a bit. Paper gave you that choice. Social media doesn't. It just gets you into speed. Before somebody else says it, let me make a comment. I think paper, like the magazine, gave you that choice, that it could be informative, it could be an analytical piece, it could be a piece where you got a sense of what's happening and decided on your own.
I Google myself every morning. Is it a sickness?
I don't know. Google called me up the other day. We Shah Rukh ourselves every morning. Is that a sickness?
Possibly is. How do you Shah Rukh yourself every morning?
I told Google, be happy, man. Whatever makes you happy, it's all right. No, I don't Google myself at all. Ever. I find that strange. I do find that strange. I heard one of my co-actors, very good friend, and he said, I Google myself in the morning, which is wonderful. Unless I was getting paid by Google, I won't say that. But no, jokes apart, no, I don't Google myself. I don't even have those things. I found that out. You don't need to Google yourself. You get notifications. You just need to send them an email and they'll notify if your name is mentioned anywhere in the world.
How often does your phone keep beeping?
I don't have that. I don't have that. It disturbs my sense of romance. You know, tung, 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 tung,
And we just saw, if nothing else, his sense of romance is right there.
Intact.
Right. We're almost out of time, but what we'd like to do is a word play. So say whatever comes to your mind when we say a particular word. It doesn't have to be one word. It can be a lengthy answer, whatever.
Okay. We're out of time, so I'll keep it short.
Sorry?
I'll keep it short.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
Dreams.
I mean, very unimaginative, but I had a company called Unlimited. Dreams need to be unlimited. I think you cannot fix your dreams. They need to be unlimited, they need to be mad, they need to be stupid, they need to go wrong more often than not. Otherwise, there's no point of dreaming.
Focus.
Can I focus you tonight? No, no, that's not, yeah, it's wrong. I don't know, I don't focus on anything actually. It just completely gets out of my head. Now, focus means nothing to me. Focus, I think, is an overused word. And we actually take ourselves away from genuine free creativity when we keep telling people to focus. Focus, focus, focus. I think, no, focus means nothing to me. Should we finish, Kaveri? This means... end na, to samajh kyun nahi rahe ho yaar? Kaato na usko. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end with the session with Dr. Shah Rukh Khan, with his three beautiful ladies. I hope they have a great time. We are running short. We need to leave the stage now. Thank you very much for being here. Have a good evening.
Woo!
Have a great night. God bless you all.
Come on, we can do better than that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Khan. May I please invite on stage Mr. T.S. Kalyan Raman, Chairman Kalyan Jewellers, to give a small token of our appreciation to King Khan.